Hello everyone and welcome to Valentine card number 3 in my 2015 series. This one is going to be a double header. I'm going to show a few sneak peeks of some of the new My Favorite Things products that are being released on Tuesday. And all the info on that, like on the release and when and everything, will be in my blog post and also linked to on the MFT blog, which again is all found in my blog post. That'll be the first link you'll see in the description box below the video. So if you're curious, you can check that out. I'm using the brand new, soon to be released background heart stencil, and I just taped it over some heavyweight white cardstock with painter's tape. And then I'm just using a big old spatula and my Wendy Vecchi white embossing paste and just scraping that over the stencil. And then any excess paste, I scrape it right back into the container and make sure to put the lid right back on it because this stuff dries quite quickly. And then same thing with the stencil itself. I always want to get the tape off and get this run under some warm water in my sink to rinse off the paste. You can use a baby wipe if you want, but I find with embossing paste, it's so much easier to just run it under the sink. If you're in a mass crafting marathon and don't have time for that, just stick it in a dish of water just to keep the paste from drying on your stencil because you do not want to wreck your stencils. So set that aside to dry. And then for the main image, I'm using the brand new Birdie Brown You Have My Heart set. That's also going to be released on Tuesday. Super, super cute set. So I'm inking it up with MFT's Black Licorice Hybrid ink and stamping it onto some more heavyweight white cardstock. And then I'm going to die cut it with one of the larger dies from the new Tag Builder Blueprints 3 set. And this set is technically meant for Valentine's, but the two larger images or larger dies are great for like card panels and different things. And this set especially, this one especially, I like with the rounded edges and the stitching. I thought it'd be so cute for a card. So once I was done die cutting, made sure, had it stamped and die cut before I get to all the work coloring. I'm just using my Copic markers to color in the image. And kind of standard, my go-to color combos. So my standard color combo for skin, and then for her hair, I wanted it more kind of a reddish brown sort of color. So I used the E97, 99, and then E08 and 09 to make it a little bit more red. And just worked my way from lightest to darkest and then darkest to lightest, just flicking the color in. Really super simple with an image like this. And it's always, and I think I've said it multiple times, I really want to practice more with hair and maybe, a lot of it has to do with just taking more time. Right here, obviously, it looks like I'm like coloring super, super speedy. I'm coloring quickly, but for the sake of the length of this video, I've sped this up about 4 times just so that the video isn't 20 minutes long. So I don't color quite this fast, but I am coloring quickly. I just wanted this to be simple and not too crazy, over the top, extreme coloring skills, anything like that. Sometimes that looks great and it's fabulous and I love to just sit and color and it's, therapeutic. And other times I just want to keep things a little bit simpler and not go completely nuts. So I kept this image simple. While I was doing her dress, I was thinking, though, it would look so cute to take like the Copic opaque white paint, add some little polka dots. You could paper piece her dress. Like you could just take it so many to so many different levels. It'd be so much fun. But I'm keeping her simple and I wanted to just get this done. So colored in her little dress, just kept it pink and then did the grass. And then that's when I noticed the little puppy dog's tail right there, which of course would have been sticking up. So made sure to color that in. So I didn't color it green. And then just did the grass in 2 shades of green. Super, super simple, and blended those together. And then the little puppy dog's collar I just did with 1 shade of red. And then for, rather than do a sentiment, I decided to just stamp this little heart, and it comes in this stamp set. And I just decided to stamp it with some bubblegum ink from MFT. And I wasn't planning on doing sentiment because with the embossed cardstock with the hearts and everything else going on, I thought, what, I'll just do the sentiment on the inside of the card. But before I get to that, I had some pink gingham ribbon in my stash that was pretty close color match to the bubblegum color cardstock that I'm going to use in a minute. And this ribbon I've had like close to 10 years something. It's from Stampin' Up way back in the day. It's like a 15-yard roll. So I have like a lifetime supply of it. I don't even know if they sell gingham ribbon anymore. But really cute ribbon. So I just wrapped that around the little panel and tied it in a bow. And then I've got this big scallop die. This is from the Blueprints 20 Dynamics set, which came out a couple months ago. and it's quite large. It's just shy of a A2 size card front. And my plan was to use it to mat the embossed cardstock and just have that little border of scallops peeking out. But this is where my thought process comes into play. I get asked this a lot, like what goes through my head? How do I plan my cards? When it comes to filming, do I pre-plan? Do I do I have everything picked out and set aside and ready for filming? Like I do somewhat. I kind of get an idea going just to make filming go a little bit easier because it's a lot of work to edit everything down. But for the most part, honestly, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. And with this card, I had planned on doing the embossed cardstock that I showed in the beginning. That was going to be the main like panel on my card front with the little main image and stuff. And I decided I didn't like that. I really liked how the bubblegum cardstock looked with just the pink and how it made this little main image die cut here just pop on it. So rather than use the embossed cardstock, I decided to just sponge over that die with the same bubblegum ink and keep things a little bit more simple. And with the pink and then the white for the main image, it just pops and it looked really cute. And that embossed cardstock that I did at the beginning, I'm just going to set that aside and I'm going to use it on a different card. So that's kind of how sometimes my thought process works. I'll have one plan in mind and then things take a whole different direction. So I just go with it. And yeah, I could have edited that out completely out of the video and not even mention it, but I just thought I'd include it this time too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain sometimes the whole thought process and why I do what I do, because I just kind of, I just go with it. So, like I said, I wanted the sentiment on the inside, so I stamped that with the black licorice hybrid ink, and then the little icons, the little like key in the heart, and then these little paws that I'm going to stamp are all from that same stamp set. So I just stamped them with bubblegum ink and then the paw prints with this natural ink. I thought that'd be cute to just kind of make him walk across the inside of the card basically. And that's all there was to it. So like I said, there will be a link to my blog post with all the info about the release. Some of the links to the products obviously will not work until these products go live on Tuesday. I'll have a little disclaimer about that too, just in case anyone is wondering. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping my videos. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.